It's week 2 of the National Football League, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Chargers and the Panthers, and it comes your way next.
It's been the home of the Panthers since 1996. Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. We welcome you to EA Sports coverage of the National Football League. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico with Greg Olson, week 2 of the season. Greg, as you get the season going, you want to get that first game under your belt. Now, it almost feels like all the buildup is past. Now we're looking ahead to this long marathon of a regular season.
Absolutely, and this is really where you fall into the pace of the NFL season. All off-season, no matter how hard you try to say, all right, week 1 is just 1 of 17. That's not...
All right, we're just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Chargers led out by Justin Herbert in his 5th season now, Greg, as the Charger QB, a guy we saw win the Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2020.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. If he can continue to play that style of ball, it's going to be a tough group to match up with.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. On play action, now Herbert. He's going to look for the home run ball. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. Shotgun now for Herbert. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. 3rd down and 9. Now Herbert. They'll try to set up the screen here. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. The Chargers get set to kick it away. A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The Panthers coming out, and they're led by their quarterback, Bryce Young. Rocky rookie season for the #1 overall pick out of Alabama. But, Greg, here's the guy the Panthers hope can get this franchise going in the right direction.
I think when you go back and watch the film for last week, Mike, he just looked indecisive. He didn't look like he was very comfortable operating within this system, and it led to a combination of poor throws and, frankly, a lot of bad decisions. I think he needs to stop just locking in on one guy, let the offense unfold, trust what the play caller and the game plan have established. I think if he can just operate the offense and not feel like it's all on his shoulders to create everything, I think it'll allow him to just take a little bit of a deep breath, let the game come to him, and have a lot more success than he did last week.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Young hands it to Hubbard. And a good run there on 2nd down. A pickup of 7. It'll bring up 3rd and 3. Out of the shotgun, Young. That one into the hands of Thielen. He's got it. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. On the give, it's Hubbard. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2nd and 7. They send a receiver in motion left. On 2nd down, Young. That's to the rookie from South Carolina, Xavier Legette.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. From the pistol, a give to Hubbard. And he's going to bring this one close to a 1st down. Looks like they'll mark him just a yard short.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. The motion man is Sanders. From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Young. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. The Panthers going to turn things over to the field goal unit. This is going to be a 51-yard attempt. His kick is good. And the Panthers will take a 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Chargers offense ready to possess the football for the 2nd time. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. That one complete to Johnston. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. From the gun, it's Herbert. He's got the open man. That's McConkey. 18 yards on the connection. And the Chargers have the 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Herbert makes the read, decides to hang on. Not much to speak of on that one, maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Herbert. That's a short one taken in by Conklin. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Now a play fake. Herbert. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. A gain there of 10 yards. 1st down, L.A.
3rd down is when we see so many tight ends around the league really make their money. They operate in the middle of the field. They're a big, easy target for the quarterback. And even if they are covered, Mike, they're not really ever covered.
And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. On play action, it's Herbert. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended, Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Got his man at the 6. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
This has been some kind of march downfield now. Can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. Here's a run. And he'll plunge forward to the 2, setting up 2nd and goal. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this time he will work his way into the end zone. Touchdown, LA. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His 1st NFL touchdown.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
This returnable from the 4. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Panthers offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Get this drive started on the ground. It's Hubbard. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. From the gun, it's Young. And that is incomplete. Jatavian Sanders was the intended receiver. And it's going to be 3rd down. He'll try to run for it with Hubbard. And he's going to have it up there for the 1st down. Take it up to the 43-yard line.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the 1st down.
Young to throw on 1st and 10. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. You have to wonder if next time, does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play? It was clear before the ball was snapped, this was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
He'll try to run for it.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
On 4th down, on is Sam Martin to punt. On the return for the Chargers, it's Darius Davis. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Chargers offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Conklin goes in motion. Throwing on 1st down is Herbert. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Herbert to throw. He's going to run it. And he'll mark him down up beyond the 30.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
So after one, the Chargers out to the early lead. And will return to Charlotte in a moment. Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Play action now. It's Herbert. He's going to take a shot down the field. Lad McConkey, the one he was looking for. Now it's going to be 3rd down. Johnston motioning over. Throwing is Herbert on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Panthers offense and their back Chuba Hubbard set to come back on the field. The next drive about to start. We'll remind you what's coming up here in Week 2. A couple of good ones to look forward to. 2 good young quarterbacks going at it later tonight in Houston. The Bears and Texans at NRG Stadium. And then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, as the new-look Falcons head to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles. Kickoff there, 8:15 Eastern Time. Here's a toss left side. It's Hubbard. And a good tackle out wide will hold him to a gain of just 3. 3rd and a yard. On the bootleg, it's Young. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete. He was seeking out the veteran Adam Thielen that time. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. And the receiver with a fair catch, taken successfully, and that's where he'll turn it over to the offense. The Chargers offense ready to get back to work. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground, and it's Harris. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Trayvon Merrick up to make the tackle. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard. Throwing is Herbert on 3rd down. He'll try to hit him with a screen. And he's going to get awfully close to the 1st down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the 1st down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Fair catch made here, and the drive will start at the 23-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. To throw, Young. He'll find his tight end, Tommy Tremble.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
There's a give left side for Hubbard. 16-yard pickup on that one. It's a Carolina 1st down.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
That one taken in right side by Leggett. That's 13 more on that play, and quickly another first down. A run with Hubbard, and he'll work his way down inside the 40. Junior Colson there to make the stop. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll motion over Thielen. A 2nd down throw for Young. Over the middle, he's got Leggett. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Trying the left side. Here's Hubbard. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Young. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. Tremble comes in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Young. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out? Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go. Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
So instead of going for the 1st down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Panthers are back within 1. It's 7-6.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. And they'll mark them down just shy of the 40. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. They'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll take this ahead to the 43-yard line. Trayvon Merrick up to make the tackle. Here's 2nd and 6. A give, and here comes Harris. And they will finally drag him down at the Chargers' 29-yard line. They'll have a 1st down. It's a gain of 28.
If you have a shot to bring him down early, you just can't miss, Mike. Not against a runner like this. If he slips that first tackle, you can see how much more he can add to a run.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Herbert. A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete. On play action now, Herbert. That one intercepted. Picked off by Michael Jackson.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The Panthers offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Young, and the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
On 2nd down, a run with Hubbard. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. Now the Chargers will use the first of their timeouts. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He'll dump this down to Hubbard. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. Here's the punter now as he is on to punt for Carolina. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Chargers offense ready to take over once again. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Now Herbert. The right side and hauled in by McConkey. That one good for a dozen and a very quick 1st down. From the gun, it's Herbert. He'll find his tight end, Conklin. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. And this ball's intercepted by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to take possession. They've got it at their own 42.
Well, Mike, once again, this drive, it ends the same way their last one did, walking off the field, following an interception. Now, you're hoping this is more momentary struggle than it is a trend, but as hard as it is to do, they need to get calmed down. They need to reset because their offense cannot operate at a high level if they don't have confidence in this passing game.
The Panthers offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. Man in motion, heading left. On 1st down is Young. Catch made by Thielen. The Panthers will take their first timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go until halftime. Throwing on 2nd down, Young. Quickly to the outside and complete. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Young to throw on 1st down. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. On 2nd down, Young. That's downfield. He's got Sanders, the tight end. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. The Panthers, they're going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. From the gun, it's Young. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. The Panthers going to turn things over to the field goal unit. 3 for 3 in the game as this one is also good. And the Panthers move out front. It's 9-7.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we have reached halftime here. It's a tight one, a 2-point contest at the pause. As we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, where it was the visiting Saints who were able to walk away with the road victory. 30-13, the final score. The second half, straight ahead. Time to get back to it. And for the call, let's rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. Here comes a return from the 5. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
A pickup of 14 on that one. It's good for a Panther first down. They'll go again with Hubbard. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day. Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
From the gun here on third down, it's Young. He's got room to roam. A gain there of 15. It's a Carolina first down.
Points have certainly been hard to come by in this one today, Mike, but it seems like this drive has been what they've been searching for. A little bit of rhythm, the ability to sustain. Now they got to finish. Now they got to capitalize on these first downs and go finish with 6.
Looking middle there, but it's incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Stop at the 6, and that sets up 3rd and goal. Here's Young to throw. This one caught at the 4. And he will score. Jatavion Sanders. Touchdown, Carolina. That's his first touchdown of the new year. It felt like they needed a touchdown. Greg, in the worst way, after getting those early field goals to find the end zone, big boost for this offense.
And it felt like they really needed it. As you said, Mike, to come away with 3 previous drives ending in field goals and not being able to cross it over the goal line for 6, it starts to wear on you as an offense. You start having a little doubt saying, hey, can we finish any of these drives? Now they finally do, and we can expect this to kind of start to roll throughout the rest of this game.
And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Justin Herbert back out there. He and the Chargers getting set to go once more. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. This one finds McConkey. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Now it's Harris. And he'll get this close to the 1st down. It's a pickup of 4, but it still leaves 3rd and short. Play action now. It's Herbert. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single 1st down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The home team's offense and their running back set to go once more. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. On the RPO, a pass taken by McMillan.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not,
pressure gets there, and down he goes.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. To throw, Young. Going to set up the screen here to Hubbard. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. On now is the punt team for the Panthers, as he'll take this a yard or 2 into his own end zone. Now fair catch, signal for, and made here at about the 43-yard line. The visitors' offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They trail here by a couple of scores. The margin is 9 as this drive starts with 1st down. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. They'll stick with him again. And I don't think he got there with that one. Only needed a yard. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. And now we're looking at 3rd down. Oh, there's movement up front. That's going to make this 3rd down a lot tougher. So instead of 3rd and short, it's now 3rd and 6. Johnston motioning over. Throwing is Herbert on 3rd down. Open man, left side. He's got it. What a connection. He's down inside the 5-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. First down and goal. Handoff here, up the middle, and he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
They'll go with him again. Stop at the 6, and that sets up 3rd and goal. Herbert to throw. The blitz overwhelming the offensive line, and down he goes.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field.
So the mistake there, the roughing call on the field goal, they'll take the 3 points off the board, keep possession of the ball, and have it first down. Shotgun now for Herbert. Our throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Line of scrimmage, the 3, 3rd and goal. Conklin goes in motion. Herbert now on 3rd and goal. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Justin Herbert, touchdown Chargers. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He'll start at the 4. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a 1st and 10. This drive begins with a run by Hubbard. They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. Junior Colson there to make the stop. 2nd down and 8. The motion man is Sanders. A 2nd down throw for Young. That one taken in right side by Leggett. It's a pickup of 13 yards. It's good for a Panther first down. Young hands it to Hubbard. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. So, both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the 3rd quarter. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL. on EA Sports. Out of the shotgun, Young. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early. First and 10 now from the 36. They'll run it here with Hubbard. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Another run here with Hubbard. Good running there. He's got the first down inside the 30.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
That is caught, and he'll take it on in. Ja'Tavion Sanders. Touchdown, Panthers. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Greg, that's the way to handle it. Up 1, go down the field, get the touchdown, and extend the lead to 7.
Mike, the key for this offense is they were at their best when their best was needed. Being able to extend this lead late in the fourth quarter, they've got to be feeling pretty good about where things stand to close this game out.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here's Darius Davis to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. This drive begins with a run by Harris. Strong running there, pushing his way forward to gain a couple. Here's Herbert. No one open, he'll drop it to his running back, and he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Conklin goes in motion. On second down, here's Herbert. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. To throw is Herbert. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. It'll bring up 4th down. And the Chargers will punt, getting set to kick it away, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. Take it in, back at his own 12. And a nice return there. The offense not going to be backed up as much as they could have. Drive's going to start from beyond the 20. The Panthers offense and Bryce Young set for their next possession. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. Get this drive started. On the ground, it's Hubbard. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. To throw is Young. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
A guy that we've seen do this at a high level for a long time, Mike. Khalil Mack comes away with the sack, and he's coming off arguably his best season of his career. New highs in both sacks and TFLs just a year ago. Just seems like he continues to get better with age, and doesn't look like he's going to be planning on falling off anytime soon.
He is dangerous when a play breaks down. A pickup of 18.
Here you are at the end of the game. You need a stop. You find yourself trailing. You have everybody covered, and the quarterback gets loose. Those are the plays that just kill a defensive coordinator. You're about to force a punt, about to get the ball back to your offense. Give credit to the quarterback. He made a play when they needed it.
On the ground, this is Hubbard.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
They'll run it. It's out of the gun, and it's Hubbard. And he'll pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up third down. They'll motion over Thielen. Now Young. Going for it all. That is brought in. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
Defensively, you put so much effort about defending the middle of the field. You know that's the valuable real estate every offense is looking to attack. But what does that do, Mike? It makes you a little susceptible to the throws outside the numbers, and it leads to a chunk play.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. To throw is Young. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. On the give, it's Hubbard. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
You know at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. Khalil Mack, 3-time All-Pro, in there to bag another one.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
And he missed it. It's no good. And their lead will stay right where it is.
You know, the hardest part about these missed kicks, Mike, is for all the guys that work so hard to put the ball in position to come away with points. You kind of trot off the field. You're hoping that next possession has a different result.
The Chargers offense ready to get back at it. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Herbert now on 1st down. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Herbert to throw on 2nd down. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Well, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly it is 3rd and 10. Herbert. And that is incomplete.
And that's what you call a wasted series. They come out here and they decide we're just going to air it out. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down. All 3 incompletions, and now it brings up 4th down. And barring some crazy decision here to keep your offense on the field, you're going to find yourself right back on the sideline. So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down, but this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll go play action with Young. Going up top. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be 2nd down. From the gun, it's Young. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
To get this complete, it's Thielen over the middle. Nice job there defensively to keep him in front of the marker. It's going to bring up 4th down. They'll go for it with Hubbard. And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on 4th down.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
The visitors' offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. Now it's Herbert. They'll look to set up the screen here. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start. And a loss of yards. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. It's picked up by one of his teammates. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the 4th, but they will turn it over on down. The Panthers offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. On the give, it's Hubbard. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. He dropped for the loss of a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
A give up the middle, it's Hubbard. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. Receiver in motion, headed left. They'll drop to throw. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
This one is good. He knocks it through. And the Panthers will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Another try, 2nd and 10. Here's a designed run. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line. And the crowd a major factor now as we get to 3rd down.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else.
And he's going to have the Chargers 1st down. They'll have it by a lot. It turns out to be a big gainer on 4th down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Herbert. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. And they have definitely righted some wrongs after the loss of the opener. They have the lead here, and they start this possession 1st and 10. Now a timeout Chargers here. That's their 2nd, and they stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. Only one timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. The Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's over. It's a win for the Panthers. And right away you can point to the turnover battle. Always key. Tells the story so often. It did here again today. Their offense didn't turn it over at all. They finished on the plus side with the takeaways. And as a result, they're going to come away with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Panthers are winners as we say so long from Uptown Charlotte.